Hey, Superman. Are you alright?
Just a little weary.
Yeah, I can hear that. You must get pretty tired of stuff like this. Sometimes I'm surprised you haven't just taken over by now.
Taken over what?
The world. Everything. Haven't you ever considered running things yourself?
No. That's not the way I was brought up.
Yeah, me neither. But let me play devil's advocate for a moment. Seriously, it's not like the world's leaders have been doing all that great a job. Do you mean to sit there and tell me that, with all the power you have, you've never given it any thought?
All right. I won't say that I never gave it any thought. But not for any great length of time, never very seriously. Even if I wanted that kind of authority, and I don't, it wouldn't work. There would still be despots like Cobra. And besides, I'm not immortal. Let's say that I set myself up as world dictator. It wouldn't last. Whatever I accomplished would come apart once I died.
You think so?
It's the history of the world. Warlords die and empires crumble. I've always thought that George Washington set the best example for how to run things. He could probably have become a king, you know.
I'll have to take your word for it. Junior year history class was a long time ago, and all I remember about Washington is the father of our country stuff.
From all that I've read, he was a fascinating man. He had 2 opportunities to establish an American dynasty and passed on both of them. Remember, Kyle, Washington was the great general, the hero of the Revolution. At the end of that war, a lot of colonists would have accepted him as king. They were used to answering to a monarch, after all, but all he wanted to do was go home to Mount Vernon. Even George III was impressed.
The King of England? Really?
Absolutely. When King George heard that Washington planned to retire to Mount Vernon, the old king said, if he does that, he will be the greatest man in the world. But that's exactly what Washington did. Twice. After the Constitution was adopted, he accepted the country's call to come back and become its first president. But then he stepped down after just 2 terms in office, ensuring a peaceful transition to a newly elected leader. He willingly walked away from the office, establishing one of the first great precedents of the Republic. He believed, Kyle. He believed in the idea that power belongs to the people, not to their leaders. And that is true greatness.
Yeah, you're right. And so was Washington. Thanks, Superman. I read stuff like that in school, but the books always made it seem so dead and dry.
I was lucky. I had good teachers. Ever heard of Blaise Pascal?
Pascal. Didn't he have something to do with triangles?
Among other things. He was a 17th century scientist and mathematician, but he was also something of a philosopher. There was a passage from Pascal's papers that's always stayed with me. He wrote that justice without strength is helpless. Strength without justice is tyrannical.
Then it's up to us to help keep justice strong.
That it is, Lantern. That it is.